Hello everyone. I know that probably some of you haven't gotten in here yet, but we are live and on my very first tutorial. I hope everyone is seeing me here. That would be great. I'm going to do a little welcome to everyone. Give me just a second to type this in. And as soon as I get some people that will start coming in, we will go ahead and get started. Hey Margie, hey Sarah. I am typing in a little welcome for everyone. Hey, great. Thank you, Margie, for letting me know that you can see me and hear me. That is wonderful. That was my little wave to everyone. So hopefully we'll be seeing some other people coming in very shortly. I am going to just kind of ramble a little bit until I get some more people in. That's why I came on a little bit early. I wanted to give people just a few minutes to get in so that we could start our project pretty promptly at 1 o'clock. My goal is to make this about a 30-minute video or tutorial, and then I will take maybe 10 or 15 minutes and chat with everybody, and then we will go out. Hey Marcia, so good to see all of you. Thank you so much, so much for taking this time out of your busy day. I know everyone is busy, and I'm so excited about what I have to show you today. And also I'm very excited about being able to do lives. I'm going to zoom out just a hair. Let's see, wrong way. I think that right there would probably be good. And I got my new catalog here in front of me. Hey Donna. Donna is actually moderating for me. I have Donna and also my daughter Jennifer Toller, who is also assigned as a moderator. And as time goes on, if I get some volunteers, I'll probably have some other people that will. I'm going to silence my phone because I do not want to be interrupted. I probably need to just turn it off. And that way I don't have to worry about dings and bells and whatever. Marlene, you made it. I know Marlene told me yesterday she wasn't sure if she was going to make it. She was going to try her best. And the same with Marcia. Thank y'all. Y'all ladies are so special to me. Each and every one of you. You mean the world. And I could not do this without y'all. So thank you so much for tuning in. I think what I'm going to do is well, we still have a couple more minutes before the 1 o'clock bell rings. And I know that's different times for everybody. Some of you are looking at 12 noon. Some of my West Coast people are looking at 10 o'clock in the morning. So, and that was why I chose this time. I wanted it to be a time that would be good for everybody. So with all of that being said, I want to just welcome you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being so supportive. And this right here is our brand new annual catalog. Now some of you have gotten this catalog, and I'm not going to look at the chat now. I'm going to kind of focus away from the chat. So if you have any questions, save them for the end, or Donna's going to be putting some links in for you in case you're interested in any of the products that I'm showing. I want to say one thing about Stampin' Up. It has a rep of being super expensive. It is a very good, high quality product. It is a couple of dollars here or there more than what you could buy at, you know, your average craft store. But I am here to say that old cliche, you get what you pay for, is so true. And what's so great about Stampin' Up, when you buy a stamp set, you also get a storage system. Now this is my free gift that's going to be my drawing. So anybody that makes a purchase of any amount and uses the May host code, which is right here, And that will also be in the description of this video after the video. Give me about 15 or 20 minutes and I will have a tutorial in there for this project with all of the products listed and everything. But anyway, this is the host code. Normally how this works, anybody that uses this host code and makes a purchase of $50 before shipping and tax, they will get a free gift from me. My goal is to make my gifts bigger as my channel and my business grows. I want to be able to give really nice gifts, like a full pack of paper. Right now I'm limited to what I can do because I am growing this business. So, but as time goes on and with the more customers I get, if you would be kind enough to share this video maybe on your Facebook group or your Facebook page, not your group. Don't share this in someone else's group page like Mindless Crafting or something like that. I would never ever want to take away from someone else's, but your own personal Facebook page, if you would share the video for me, that would help me quite a bit. We never know who's out there that might be looking for someone that sells Stampin' Up! So anyway, any purchase will get you your name in the drawing for this Berry Blessings and this half pack of Berry Blessings paper. Now for shipping purposes, because this was a 12 by 12, I cut it down into 4 small packs of 6 by 6. It's still a very nice gift to get for free. And you could make a, buy 1 pack of paper, buy a stamp pad. That's another thing with our stamp pads. I was talking with Donna yesterday, and I really think that it is the ink pad in combination with the high quality stamps that gives us such good stamping quality every time. So okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to show, well, let me make 2 more announcements first. Anyone that's interested in joining up with Stampin' Up! Now you don't have to sell, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can join as a hobbyist. It is a $99 price plus tax, whatever your local tax is. And this month, from May 4th through the 31st, you are going to get $155 that you can pick out of the catalog. Anything you want, from paper to ink to stamps to dies. You can even get the embossing machine, the stamp emboss machine. It's $120. But you can get that, and guess what? Free shipping. I mean, that is such a great deal. You can come in as a hobbyist, and you don't have to sell. You can be your own best customer. If you only want to stay in for the 3 months and take advantage of the discount, you're welcome to do that. There is never an obligation. You do have to wait 3 months when you drop out before you can come back. But that's just so Stampin' Up! Protects themselves from people just joining up for the 99 and then leaving. They want a little bit of a commitment, but I still think it's great. So it's a great time to join right now. $155. You can get the stamp and cut and emboss machine and still have what, $35? I don't know. Did I do the math right? Somebody tell me. 155 minus 120 would be 35, yeah. So you'd still have $35. You could get a stamp set. You could get a stamp and a die set. The other promotion that's going on right now, if you wanted to get together with some friends that like to craft and make cards or scrapbook or whatever their thing is, if you wanted to hold like an online party, if you wanted to just get some orders together, if you get $250 worth of orders during May 4th through June the 14th, you will earn 10% off of that $250, which is going to be $25. And then you're going to earn an additional Stampin' Rewards of $25. That's $50 worth of free product. So that's another good way for you to earn some free product. And I saw somebody say hey to Jennifer. Which Jennifer is that? Is that Jennifer real, or is that my daughter Jennifer? I wasn't looking at the oh, it's my daughter. She's not showing up as a moderator. Jen, I did set you up as a moderator. I don't know what's going on, but we'll find out. Hey, Melanie. I wasn't sure if Melanie was going to be able to make it. Well, she did tell me she was going to make it, but she's got an exciting date a little bit later. after the video. So I told her I promised I wouldn't keep her but an hour. But again, this is a great time if you have a big wish list, or if you know people that want Stampin' Up, then you will want to take advantage of this. Like I said, you can get the $50 yourself if you spend $250. So just another incentive. So I'm going to go ahead and move on, get all of that paperwork out of our way. I'm going to move our catalog out of the way. And what I want to do now is I want to show you what we're going to be working with. And I kind of did a little bit of a preview, but this is called the Expressions in Ink Suite. And the suite comes with, anytime you see a suite in Stampin' Up, it's all inclusive. You get the stamp set, you get the dies, you get the paper, you get, this one happens to come with, sometimes you get ribbon or embellishments. This one comes with a pack of ephemera that also has some gems in it. You see the gems? So, and these are gold foil. They are beautiful. And here's a card that I did when I was playing with it yesterday. And these are the gold foils that's in there, and there's some of the sequins. And I just made this, and I got a sequin in here. I didn't put anything inside of it. I was just playing around, trying to decide what I wanted to do for today. And I thought I would just make this one and bring it on and show it to you. But we're going to do something a little bit different today, because we're going to use the dies rather than the that. And I'm not I am using one piece of this paper, and we are going to use this right here. Look at that beautiful gold foiling. It is gorgeous. And then we have this on the back. That would make a beautiful card too, with that in the corner. And you could just, this could easily be a card that you could just stamp, put it on a mat of pink and a white card base, and that would be gorgeous as well. But we're going to use that, and I've already got my pieces cut. I do want to show you what I'm going to do with my card base. I'm also going to use some of the gold foil. They have beautiful foil, and if you're wondering about these little folders that I'm keeping my paper in, those are from Stampin' Storage, and I'll put the link to Stampin' Storage below. They sell everything that you would ever want for Stampin' Up and for your craft room. So let me pull a piece of my Whisper White Thick. This is our Whisper White Thick, and it's a really nice, there's something about this Whisper White cardstock that is so nice, and I thought I turned my phone off. Well, I guess I didn't. Power off. I must have done a restart. There we go. But anyway, the Whisper White has a finish on it that feels much slicker than most of the other types of cardstock. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in, and this is our Stampin Trimmer. This is just called the paper trimmer, and this thing is remarkable. It has a score blade, and it has a housing place for it to sit, because it sits up here rather than having to move it out of your way. And then down here at the bottom, let's see if I can get that up there. Down here in the bottom, you have another place for this one to live, so you can use them independently of each other. So I'm going to put this in at 5.5, and we're just going to cut a basic A2 size card that measures 8.5 this way by 5.5 this way, and we're going to put it at 4 1/4. The other thing is your measurements on this trimmer are marked off so well. So I'm going to move that cut blade down out of my way, and then I'm just going to score it. What's so nice about this is you only need that one piece. Now, yeah, I have a scoreboard, and I do use my scoreboard, but it's so nice to have a piece like this that you can bring in and actually be able to do everything with one piece of equipment. I love that. So I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I'm just going to crease this down. I like to get nice creases. That makes your cards lay down much better. And if you've ever felt your paper after you cut it, you know how it has the little ridges where it will either, I got ink on my hands, y'all. It will either be raised up or curled under. If you take your bone folder and just iron those edges, it will take that little curl out of it, and it lays very nice and flat. I love doing that. Y'all probably seen me do that before. So here's that piece of paper that I want to use on here. But you know, it looks like it falls kind of flat on that card. Let me zoom y'all back in a little bit because I really want you to see up close what I'm doing. So this might be a little bit better. Let's move that down like that. Okay, it looks like it's falling a little flat. So what I did is I used my stitched rectangular dies, and let me pull those because I want to show you each project, each piece as I use it, so you can see exactly what I'm using. This is the rectangle stitch dies, and I took a piece of my gold foil and I cut a piece that I knew that would fit over top of my card like this. And I took one of my rectangle stitch dies because I don't like to waste, and I laid the second to the largest over top of this piece and cut this out. This would have been wasted. Now I have this little piece that I can put around the outside of my card, and when I glue that down and put this on it, I'm going to have a beautiful little border of gold all the way around. Nobody has to know that we didn't put that in the middle. So now I have this saved for another card, and in fact, if we have time, we're going to make that other card. So let me move those dies. Then these are the artistic dies that goes with that suite, and these dies are gorgeous. Look at this piece right here. Can y'all guess what I did? I used that same gold foil and I cut this piece out using this die. Isn't that stunning? It actually goes like this, yeah, like this. And I cut that out using that die, and look at what a beautiful piece this makes on our card. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. And you know, I know everybody doesn't have a die machine, but if you can acquire a die machine, it will definitely bring your crafting up to the next level, because you can do so many beautiful things. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put this together, and I'm going to show you a technique that I like to use. Let me get in here and get a clean sponge dauber. These are the little sponge daubers, and I'm sure you've seen these being used before, but maybe not quite the way I'm going to use it. What I want to do is I want to glue this down to here, but I don't want to get glue. Y'all know what glue does to a foil. If you get glue on the foil, it makes streaky marks. It's just not pretty. So I'm going to take my little silicone craft sheet, because glue does not stick to this. It doesn't make a mess. And I'm going to move this down, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of room, and I'm going to put some liquid glue right here. Just like that. Now I'm going to take that sponge dauber and just stick it on my finger, and I'm going to dab just a tiny bit, and then I'm going to just dab glue all the way down. You know, and if you need more, you can always put more. I went very sparingly, but we're going to need more anyway. And that gob of glue will actually, and you can do this with any type of glue that you like to use. It doesn't matter. It works no matter what. And just dab your glue along your sides. And then once you have that, let's move this over out of our way. Bring this over. You want to move kind of fast, because you're going to get the drying. It dries pretty fast. And let's press that down. And this is the part of live that is always difficult because you do have an audience. You might not get things exactly perfect, and you don't have the time to pull them up and kind of redo it like you do. Now, if you notice, I've got a little bit more of an edge over here. I'm going to fix that. And this is something I think we all need to learn how to do. If you make a boo-boo, we all do, come in and I'm just barely going to put that on that track, move that score blade up, and I'm just going to cut that off. Nobody's going to know the difference. You know, when you're making a card for somebody, do you think that they're going to get that card in their hand and they're going to inspect it and see? I can see it's lifting over on this corner. So I'm just going to come in like this and put a tiny bit of glue. They're not going to know the process that you did making the card. They're just going to look at it and think, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Now I did streak a little bit of glue there, but I'm going to tell you a secret behind doing that too. These are just the little Equate. I got these at Walmart. They're just the Aqua Balance wipes. And I actually pour a bottle of rubbing alcohol in here. And I make my own alcohol wipes. The reason I do that is because alcohol cleans ink, glue, and it's also a disinfectant. I wipe all my tools down with these. My stamp blocks, if they get dirty, I just wipe them down with this. And it's a great way to get ink off of your foils. So I'm just going to come back and wipe that off with the soft cloth, and we're good to go. So now I'm going to actually use some of the Stampin Seal, and this is the Stampin Seal Plus. I really do like this. It's probably one of my favorite. And I am going to run 3 pieces across this, just like that. That way it will assure that it's going to catch in all the right places. And we are going to lay this down very carefully because I just want to grab just like that 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Press it down. Now we're going to do our dabbing again with our gold piece. So here's my little gold piece, beautiful florals, and I think what I want is I want it to go up to this top corner just a little bit because I want to leave a place over here to do my sentiment. So again, I'm going to put down a good amount of glue, put my top on it. Y'all all know what happens when you leave your top off your glue, right? Okay, oops, you know what? I'm seeing a piece that didn't pop out. Okay, there we go. So now I am just going to dab, and I'm going to do this as quickly as I can because I really want this to stick down the minute that it goes to the paper. The faster you can do this, the better. So let's see if we got it where we want it. So up to that corner, making sure that it's on there good, and then I'm just going to press that down like that. Let me pull this over so y'all can see what I'm doing. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Look at the beauty of that card. That gold. I love a nice soft pastel with some accents of gold or silver on it. Now the other thing that I'm doing, let me move some of this stuff out of my way so I can get to my puppy dogs are under my feet and they think I'm going to drop something on their head because I have been known to do that. I'm going to show you a punch that I used, and this is called the Treasures Tags Pick-a-Punch. And the Pick-a-Punch is great because it's literally just that. You get to pick what size and style of punch you want to use. And I'm going to show you. Oh, I thought I had my pieces here that I had. Oh, they're over here. I knew I had cut these and laid them out because I wanted you to see the different things that this punch will do. And I'm going to get a piece of black cardstock here to lay these on so you can see them better. Just move all of my little goodies over out of the way. And let me grab a piece of black. You know, white shows up so good on black. So there we go. And this is what the Pick-a-Punch does. Now this is the rounded edge, so I'm going to bring this back over so you can see it. This is the rounded one right there. And it does all of these rounded pieces. Oh, I'm missing one. Oh, where did it go? I got some other projects up here that I was working on, and I think it's slid up underneath my markers. Oh, come on. Well, we might have to cut another one. But what it does, it makes these rounded ones that are so pretty. The next one would be, it would be cut off right there. And I know it's here somewhere. But anyway, it is beautiful. And then this one has the little edge on it, and the larger one looks like this. The medium one looks like that, and then the small one looks like this. Now, you know what I thought would be cute? I thought it would be cute if we put hello on this card, maybe using this one. And I think the hello will work on this one, but I need to cut it down because I don't want it to be as long as this. So I'll tell you what, let's move these out of the way. This punch is so great. I love it, I love it, I love it. And any of these products that if you are interested in looking for any of these products, they are in the catalog. If you don't have a catalog and you're interested in being a customer, you can always go online and shop. The link that Donna put in, if you scroll down to the bottom of that first page when it opens up, you can actually download a PDF copy of the catalog. But if you want a catalog, please get in touch with me and I will definitely get you one in the mail. And there is a cost for me to mail those out. The catalogs cost me, I have to buy them from Stampin' Up. And then it averages about $7 for me to mail that, because mailing is not cheap these days. I was going to use this one, but I after thinking about it, I think I really want this one. But I want to cut this off a little bit shorter, so I'm going to bring out my trimmer again, because I want it to be about, let's do about 3 1/4 to the tip. And that looks good right about there. So I'm going to just slice that off like that. And then we're going to stick this in the punch, and I'm going to show you how that punch works. So all of the Stampin' Up punches are the lockdown, which I love, and we're going to be using this one right here. So, and I like to turn it over. The reason I like to turn it over, I like to see where my paper is going when I push it in. And you can see they fit in very nicely. And then when I get it in there and turn it over like this, I can see exactly where that's going to punch. Punch it. These are so easy to punch too. Did you see that? I punched it with one hand, and I have no dexterity in my hands whatsoever. I have to get my husband to open everything in the world for me because I just don't have the dexterity. So we're going to get this polished pink. This is one of our new ink colors, and it is gorgeous. And that's the colors that we're seeing in this, as well as this card I stamped in the polished pink. I love me some pink. It's so pretty. All right, so I'm going to grab the stamps that says hello, and I think that will fit on here. This is the other thing about the Stampin' Up stamps. The cling stamps like these are in these little rubber holders, I like to call them. And when I put my stickers on, because you get a sheet of stickers like this and you put them on, and I have a video showing how to do that. But anytime that you're working with more than one stamp set, if you keep this, you can go back and by the shape of the stamp, you can tell whether you are missing one and where that stamp goes. So I'm going to put hello right here. And let me get a stamp block. I like to have stamp blocks that will fit my stamps, or as close as possible to fitting them, because that ensures that I'm going to get, you know what, I need to iron this piece. I'm seeing the little curled up edge on it, and that might not bother some people. It bothers me. I'm a little OCD, y'all, just a little bit. You can ask my daughter, she'll tell you. So I'm going to pick that up, and then I'm going to just dab it. And when you're inking up your stamps with Stampin' Up products, you don't want to turn and push and rub, because you're going to get ink all around the edge of that stamp, and then you're going to have a mess. So I'm going to put this right here. And right in the middle, I'm just going to stamp and up. Look how pretty that is. First time, every time. This is what I'm talking about with the Stampin' Up products. You will not find this with other products. I had not used that stamp. That was a brand new stamp, and it stamped the first time, every time. So what I want to do now is, I thought, how cute would it be to take some of those little flowers and put on each side. So I'm thinking maybe this one. Or do I want to do the leaf? You know, decisions. What do y'all think? What about the little flowers? I think that'd be too big. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit too big. I think I'm going to go with the one I was thinking about. Or we could do the little dots. Okay. There I go with my indecisiveness. I'm going to go with my first instinct, and that was this one. And I'm going to grab a tiny stamp block. And this time I want to stamp off. So I am going to, where's my piece of scrap? I was using this earlier, so I'm going to use this again because I want to do what's called a second generation stamping. I'm going to stamp off on that paper, and then I'm going to stamp my flower. Am I in frame? I hope I am. I'm going to stamp my flower right there. I just want a pale wash of that flower on each side of the hello. Just like that. I just felt like it needed a little something there to kind of accent. I thought about inking the edges, and I thought, nah, I don't want it to take away from the softness of this beautiful paper, this designer series paper, also known as DSP. So anytime in my videos, if you see a description that says DSP, that's designer series paper. Many of y'all probably already know that, but anybody that's new to Stampin' Up may not know that. So I'm going to put these down just like this, about 3 of them. And y'all know I love my Take Your Pick tool because I wrangle these off. And you know what? You know why I like to wrangle them off? It's not because I can't pull them off with my fingers. They're all right here, and I can put that in the trash can and not have them all over the place. And now let's take this, and we're going to put this right about here. Remember, we put this up in the top corner so we'd have room for our sentiment right here. So the main thing I'm looking for is to make sure it's lined up so I've got the same amount of space right there. So I want to put a piece of the polished pink inside of it, but that's the front of the card. So I don't think I'm going to go any further with that because I do have something else I wanted to show you. The other stamp set that's in here is this piece right here, and I want to stamp that all over a card, or maybe just around the edges. So we're going to stamp this around the edges, and I'm going to leave this closed down. This is a nice, the same type of card base as the other one. I think I'm going to make this one portrait like this. So I'm going to load the stamp set, or the stamp, onto a block. And I'm going to do the polished pink again. I'm loving this. Do I want to do the polished pink or do I want to do the green? Let's do just Jade. Changed my mind in midstream. I did one in the polished pink. What did I do with it? Here it is. This one I did in the polished pink. So, you know, we could trim that down and use that, but I want to try it in a different color. So let's do the green. Do I have any green fans out there? I know Donna's a big green fan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here, and I'm just going to stamp. And I'm going full on color with this. And I'm going to bring that over and stamp. And then we're going to come down the side. And if you notice, I'm kind of doing it on and off, where it's got a little bit of a distinctness between the edges, and that's okay. The reason I'm not worrying about going in the middle, now we could very easily stamp a sentiment in the middle of that and call it a card, put a bow on it. I always say, you know, you can wrap anything up and put a bow on it and make it look good, right? All right, we got that done. So what did I do? Here we go. I got way too much stuff on my desk. If y'all could see the mess I got around me. I do my best. I really do try to keep my work surface, for what y'all see, as clean as I possibly can. And then after every video I do, it takes me about 30 minutes to clean everything up. But that's okay. Remember this gold piece that we cut out earlier to make that frame for this card. Well, I'm going to use that. I want to put that down right here on top of that green. And we have a new thing of vellum that are Shimmer Vellums. And Donna, I forgot to put this in the list of items. So if you can grab this one for me. This is the 2021-2023 in colors. It's our new in colors. And it is a shimmer. I don't know if, there we go. It's a vellum. You can see through it, but it has this beautiful shimmer to it. Isn't that gorgeous? And you get 2 sheets of each of the new colors. The soft succulent, the polished pink. There's the evening evergreen. There's the fresh freesia and the pale papaya. These are gorgeous. And I cut another one of these florals out like this, but I did it out of that shimmer pink vellum. Isn't that beautiful? And we're gonna do this one like this, right? That's what we said. So I'm gonna put this one kind of up to the top, and we're gonna do something at the bottom for our sentiment. And I'm thinking maybe I need a piece of the Just Jade and a piece of the polished pink. So let's see, I've got a piece of polished pink right here. So, and you can see how similar that is. If you lay that vellum down on there, see how it just kind of goes into it? So that's color coordination. With Stampin' Up, the color coordination is everything. So I am going to grab a piece of my Just Jade. And those are my in colors. Let's see if we have a scrap. You know, I like to use up my scraps when I can. And let's see, we do. There's a scrap of the Just Jade. So we're going to do something with this and this and this. So what I want to do first is I want to put this flower on here. And I want it to hang off a little bit, because I want it to come... I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and put this piece on. I don't usually do that, but I am this time. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. And I am just going to run around my edges. This stuff sticks like a gem. But if you are... Now, when I first started with card making, I could not use a tape runner. I liked my glue because it gave me wiggle room. As I have become a better card maker, I've been able to use the Stampin' Seal and any type of tape runner with no problems. Might need to wipe that off as well, because it feels like it's got a little bit of sticky on it. So there we go. And then just wipe it off with this. So I'm doing pretty good. We're only 30 minutes into this video. I think I've done pretty well. What do y'all think? Let's turn this back around this way and decide how we want this flower. I think I want it like that. I like it like that because I like those little pieces sticking off into that green. And I'm going to bring over that little craft mat again. What did I do with it? I just moved it. Do y'all do that in your craft room? Here it is. Do y'all do that in your craft room? Do you lose stuff right up underneath your eyes? I do it all the time. I'm like, okay, I know that's here somewhere. If it had been a snake, it would have ate me. That's what I always say. Donna, you are doing an awesome job. Thank you so much. What would we do without Donna Satterley? She's a rock star when it comes to moderating. Anybody that might be interested in moderating for me, because I know that sometimes we all can't be here. It's just like with me. I'm still on with Tracy and Bill, but since I have been busy doing my own videos and running my Stampin' Up business, I haven't had the opportunity to be there as much as I was, you know, back when I wasn't doing this. And sometimes I feel really bad, but they've gotten a lot of moderators lately, so yesterday I did pop in because I saw that I knew that Donna wasn't feeling good. She had a headache yesterday and was feeling really tired. So I thought I better go in and pop in and see what's going on and see if there's any moderators. And there wasn't. So I stuck around to the end for that reason. All right, I'm going to get a little bit more glue here because this dries so fast. And I'm just going into the bigger edges of that. And I know I probably got glue on it. It's okay. We're going to put that up like that. So I'm going to press it down just like so. You know what? I might have difficulty getting that to stick. Sticking to gold foil sometimes is not the easiest thing in the world. So you know what? Let's bring it over, and I'm going to just try this and hope I don't tear it. I'm going to put some of this Stampin' Seal on it and see if we can get that to stick. And I'll come back with my Xyron Eraser and erase that off. That'll probably get it where it will hold in place anyway. I have one of those little sticky erasers that will get some of that off of there. Oh yeah, that made it stick. See there? Pretty, isn't it? Alright, so now what I want to do is I think I want to make this a thank you card. Y'all know I'm always making thank you cards, and any of you that's ordered from me, you know that when you get your little free gift, you're always going to get a thank you card as well, because I just feel like you need to show appreciation to those that support you. And I always try my best to do that. So I cut that at 1 inch. And we're going to cut that down to, let's see, maybe I'm not going to do the thanks. That thanks is a little bit too big. Let's do happy birthday. I didn't want to pull out another sentiment since I'm live. That usually takes a little bit too much of our time. Yeah, so let's cut that off. This is actually how I craft. I'll lay my cardstock down and I'll measure my stamp that I want to use, and then I will cut my piece accordingly. Just like that. Now I want another piece of pink that's going to be a little bit thinner than that, because we're going to stamp on the pink. So I'm going to go 3/4 of an inch on this. And this piece, I think I want to do a little bit of decorative I want to make it a little bit decorative. So we're going to want this one to be, this piece is 3 3/4, so we're going to make this one 3 1/2. Oops, wrong blade, y'all. That happens. Okay, so now that's going to layer right into there. I was thinking about using a punch, but you know what? I don't think I am. I think I'm going to keep that just like that. And I am going to grab my, oops, that's not the right one. I want my Memento Tuxedo Black. And I'm going to bring this over. And let's grab that longer stamp block again. And I'm going to pick this up, and again, I like to put my stamps right on a grid line on my paper or my craft mat, whatever I've got under me, to make sure I got it nice and straight. And now this is a different type of ink pad, so a lot of times with this, you do need to work your ink a little bit. Let's try that. Very good. So again, just tap it, stamp it. Very good. Love it, love it. And I'm going to pop this up on some dimensionals. This piece right here, and here's our little Stampin' dimensionals. These come in white, black, and also the minis. They are wonderful little dimensionals. And now we sell a dimensional tape too that is like 1/4 of an inch. Y'all probably see me use that in some of my videos. I love it when I'm shaker cards. Oh my gosh, that stuff is the bomb diggity for shaker cards, because it's all cut evenly and it works wonderful. So I'm going to line this up, and this will give me a little bit of wiggle, not really wiggle room, but kind of a guideline to put this down on here. Just like that. And now I'm going to put this right across the bottom, and I'm going to raise that up and just let that be sticking up over the edge of that green. I want the bottom of my gold to show, so I'm going to use the tape runner again. I should have done that before I put that on there, but you know what? we're going to make it work. The reason I want to use this is because we're putting it on that gold foil. So right about there. Just like that. And there's another pretty card. Now let's put some gems on it, because you know a card's not a card without some bling. So let's bling it out. And let's see, what do we want to use on that? I am thinking, how about those gold sequins? Those would be so pretty. I love the Stampin' Up! Sequins. They have adhesive on the back, and you can use the Take Your Pick tool. And look how easy it is to take those off. And then they just stick right down like that. Slide it off and put it right down in the middle. And I'll put about 3 in the center of that flower, just for a little added oomph. And then I'm also going to put one on each side of my happy birthday. I just want it to look a little bit festive and pretty. And I love that curled up right there. I don't know if y'all saw May yesterday trying to do shabby chic. Bless her. You know that's not her forte, and I had to laugh when I was watching her. And I know many of y'all watch May. That's the reason I can talk about her. And we all love May, or at least I know many of us do. All right, so there we go. That is our card. Now I will go back with my little Xyron eraser and I'll show you what that looks like. This is one of these little rubber erasers, and this isn't a Stampin' Up! Product. This is something totally different, and it was made for getting the adhesive off between when you do a Xyron sticker on the little Xyron machine. That's why I call it a Xyron eraser. But what it does, it allows you to pull any adhesive that you've gotten places that you don't want it, and you can just erase it off of your piece. I mean, it takes a little bit of finesse to get it all off, but you can erase that so it doesn't look so bad. And another thing you can do too is use your powder tool. And this is not showing on camera as pretty as it is in person, I will tell you that. That card is really stunning, but then so is this one. So guess what, y'all? I did it 45 minutes, so we have a few minutes to chit chat. And I see that y'all are conversing amongst yourselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over and see if anybody has any questions for me, if anybody has anything that they want to say, because I haven't been able to read any of the chat because I've had my head down over here doing my thing. So I hope y'all understand why I wasn't able. Oh, Jennifer, you're a moderator now. What happened? You had to sign in. You were not signed in. I bet you that was it. I bet you anything that's why you were not showing up as a moderator. Oh my goodness. All right, well y'all, some of y'all got a chance to chit chat with my youngest daughter. This is my baby. Thank you, Jen. Thank all of you for your love and support. Is there any questions out there? Put them in caps for me so that I can so I'll know. So we'll know. Yeah, Marcia is such a gem. I've had the opportunity of talking with Marcia on the phone, and oh my goodness, what a beautiful soul she is, and I'm so appreciative. And Donna, you did an amazing job. Thank you, Margie. Thank you. And I can't wait to do another live, because you know what, this was fun. It really put me out there. It challenged me to do something fast. When I'm doing a video, you know, I can take my time. I can stop the video if I need to get up and go do something. A phone call comes in, which y'all have witnessed those. Most of the time it's either Donna or Jennifer or my husband. Those are the 3 people that I hear from the most. But thank you so much. Margie, I love you, and I thank you so much for being here. Marlene, I guess you postponed your little day out or whatever, or you were able to work it around my live, however you did it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Margie. Thank you, Jennifer. Oh my goodness. I have this really special relationship with my daughter Jennifer. She's just not my daughter. She is my best friend. Her and I have always been close since she was a little girl, and she was my SIDS near miss. She stopped breathing at 27 days, and because she was on an apnea monitor for 18 months of her life, and I nursed her. She was a breastfed baby. I know, TMI, right, Jen? I didn't leave her with anybody. She was totally my baby, and she stayed under me 24/7 because I couldn't leave her with anybody unless they were infant CPR certified. And so anyway, that's my oh, thank you, Marcia. Thank you so much. I hope that anybody's interested in this particular suite, or even the bundle, the stamps and the dies. They are gorgeous. That paper is to die for. That pack of paper, and y'all saw me thumb through it on my my other couple little lives that I went on and did. But this was my first full-blown live, so I promised I wasn't going to keep y'all any longer than an hour or less, and so we are right about 48 minutes, something like that, 46 minutes. So again, I'm gonna let y'all go. I know that some of you got to run out anyway because you've got things you got to take care of. Oh, I know, Margie. It was horrible. It was one of the days that they say what causes you to have a photogenic memory is usually adrenaline. And that night that she stopped breathing is etched in my brain forever because it was the scariest moment of my life. And hey, Sarah, thank you so much. Yes. Well, it's here. Come and get it before they get on back order, because with everybody showing this, I've seen so many videos already, people demoing this particular thing, and it was one of my favorites. When I first opened the catalog, it popped out, and I just like, oh my goodness, this stamp set and this paper is speaking to my heart. So I had to get it, and I couldn't wait to demo it for everyone. All right, well, I'm going to close out. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I didn't see any questions pop up, so I guess nobody has questions, which that's good. I guess I did okay if nobody has questions. So anyway, thank you again. And I'm so Jennifer's classes, she wouldn't have been here today if it hadn't have been for her her teacher had double booked or something, so she didn't have class today. So that worked out good. I think she's doing some online stuff, but she was able to pop in. So thank you, Jen. I appreciate it. And thank you, Jennifer Reel, Marcia Freeman, Margie Ryan, Donna Satterley, Sarah Johnson, Marlene Watts, all of you, all of my Jennifers, all of my, just everyone. I love you guys so much. So until we craft again, this is my bye-bye. I love you, and I will see you again soon. God bless. And as I always say in closing, always let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is so worthy of our praise and our honor, and I love him with all my heart. Thanks once again, and I will be back again to craft real soon. Bye-bye.